Alright, so this is summing equations video 2 of 3. And this is actually this is going to be some really neat stuff. E to the 4x plus 4e to the 2x minus 21 equals 0. This is a great question. If you look, there's 3 terms, so it's a trinomial, and it might not be abundantly obvious at first, but if you say let a equal e to the 2x, that would mean that a squared equals e to the 4x. And now doing that substitution, you get a squared plus 4a minus 21 is equal to 0. Now you can see it's a regular trinomial. Let's see, 21, you have factors of 7 and 3. So you get a minus 3 equals 0. And so you get a equals 3 or a equals negative 7. But you have to remember that a equals e to the 2x. So e to the 2x equals 3 or e to the 2x equals negative 7. In order to solve this, you're going to need to do the natural log of e to the 2x equals the natural log of 3. So you get 2x equals the natural log of 3 divided by 2, and you'll get some value. If you do that to this side, you're going to end up with e to the 2x equals natural, you're not going to end up with that. You're going to end up with 2x equals the natural log of negative 7, and that's not possible. So this value does not exist. So you have one solution, and it's the natural log of 3 divided by 2. And once again, if you do this on your graphing calculator, be careful because you have to close parentheses before you do divided by 2. So that was my first example, and I'm just going to run through real quick. I notice it was a trinomial, has powers, so I said, alright, well, if a equals e to the 2x, a squared must equal e to the 4x. Then it's just a basic trinomial. Here I substitute back in, and then I solve. Can't be the negative 7 because natural log of negative 7 does not exist in the real numbers. So that's example number 1. And I'm going to do another example. And this example is also a really good example. Actually, I really enjoy doing questions like these because they're good, thought-provoking questions. And the second question says e to the x minus 12e to the negative x minus 1 equals 0. Most people, very clever people, will be able to figure out what to do right away. I'm not that clever. But I do realize that e to the negative x is going to be a problem. So I'm going to make it as 12 over e to the x. And that's because e to the negative x equals 1 over e to the x minus 1 equals 0. I did cut your nails. Your nails are hurting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply everything by e to the x. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't like this fraction. And when I do that, I get e to the 2x. And I'm going to multiply a little bit out of order here. But I get minus e to the x. And then here, I'm going to just get minus 12 equals, well, you still have to multiply times that, but luckily that just becomes 0. Ah, look, now I have a trinomial. And I'm going to say e to the x, because when you FOIL, first times first equals e to the 2x. Yep, oh, that's pretty good. I'm going to use 4 and 3. And so I say e to the x equals 4, or e to the x equals negative 3. Take the natural log of both sides, and like the last example, we can see right away that the second is not going to work because you can't have that. So I'm going to ignore that altogether. So x equals the natural log of 4. And that's it. And so you have one solution. And like I said, the key here was really this point here. This whole thing changing to this. You could just multiply right away, e to the x. And like I said, the reason why I don't think I'm that clever is because I would have recognized that multiplying by e to the x would drop this one out. Although I should have e to the x times e to the negative x equals e to the 0, which is 1. Anyway, that's a great question. Very, very clever.